know, for decades we've been told that certain foods are the holy grail of health. We've been programmed to believe that if something has a health halo around it, if it's marketed as natural or organic or good for us, then we should eat more of it. But what if I told you that some of the foods sitting in your kitchen right now, foods that you've been eating every single day, thinking you're doing your body good, are actually slowly destroying your gut health? Before we dive deep into today's topic, I want you to do something for me. Take a moment and comment below where you're watching this video from. Are you in New York? Maybe California? Perhaps you're tuning in from another country entirely. I love connecting with people from all over the world who are on this health journey with me. And while you're at it, if this information helps you today, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. It really helps me reach more people who need to hear this message. Your gut isn't just responsible for digesting food. It's the command center of your entire body. Think of it like the root system of a tree. If the roots are sick, the whole tree suffers. Your gut houses about 70% of your immune system. It produces neurotransmitters that affect your mood. It influences your hormone production. It even impacts how well you sleep at night. When your gut is damaged, you don't just get digestive problems. You get brain fog that makes you feel like you're walking through life in a haze. You get joint pain that makes simple tasks feel impossible. You develop skin issues that make you want to hide from the world. Your energy crashes, leaving you feeling exhausted by 2 in the afternoon. You struggle with weight that seems to stick no matter what you do. The scary part is that gut damage doesn't happen overnight. It's like water slowly dripping on a rock. Day after day, meal after meal, these foods create tiny tears in your intestinal lining. They feed the wrong bacteria. They trigger inflammation that spreads throughout your entire body like wildfire. And here's what makes this even more frustrating. The food industry knows this. They know that certain ingredients cause problems, but they keep using them because they're cheap, they extend shelf life, and they make you crave more. They hide behind health claims and fancy marketing while your health slowly deteriorates. Today, I'm going to expose 5 foods that you probably eat regularly, thinking you're making healthy choices. These aren't obviously bad foods like candy or soda. These are foods that sit in the health food aisle, foods that have been recommended by nutritionists, foods that your doctor might have even suggested you eat more of. The first food that's quietly destroying your gut is one that most people eat every single morning, convinced they're starting their day right. It's oatmeal. Yes, you heard that correctly. That bowl of oats that you've been told is heart-healthy and full of fiber is actually creating chaos in your digestive system. Now, I'm not talking about steel-cut oats that your grandmother might have made from scratch. I'm talking about the processed oatmeal products that line the grocery store shelves, the instant oatmeal packets, the flavored oatmeal, even many of the supposedly healthy oatmeal brands. Here's what happens when you eat processed oats. First, they've been stripped of most of their natural nutrients during processing. Then, they're often loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives. But the real problem goes deeper than that. Oats naturally contain a protein called avenin, which is similar to gluten. For many people, especially those with sensitive digestive systems, avenin can trigger the same inflammatory response as gluten. This means that every morning when you eat your oatmeal, thinking you're being healthy, you might actually be triggering inflammation in your gut lining. But it gets worse. Most commercial oats are heavily contaminated with glyphosate, the active ingredient in the weed killer Roundup. Glyphosate doesn't just kill weeds, it kills the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Studies have shown that glyphosate can wipe out entire populations of good bacteria while allowing harmful bacteria to flourish. Think of your gut bacteria like a garden. You have flowers, which represent the good bacteria, and you have weeds, which represent the harmful bacteria. Glyphosate is like pouring bleach on your garden. It doesn't discriminate. It kills everything. But the weeds always grow back faster and stronger than the flowers. When your gut bacteria become imbalanced, a condition called dysbiosis occurs. This imbalance can lead to leaky gut syndrome, where the tight junctions in your intestinal wall become loose, allowing undigested food particles, toxins, and bacteria to leak into your bloodstream. Your immune system sees these particles as invaders and launches an attack, creating chronic inflammation throughout your body. Many of my patients have come to me complaining of bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort every morning, and they can't figure out why. When we remove processed oats from their diet, these symptoms often disappear within days. One patient, Margaret, had been eating oatmeal every morning for 15 years. She suffered from chronic fatigue, joint pain, and digestive issues. Within 2 weeks of eliminating oats, her energy returned. Her joint pain decreased significantly, and her digestion normalized. The second food that's wreaking havoc on your gut health is one that might shock you even more. It's yogurt. Not just any yogurt, but the kind that's marketed as a health food. The kind with probiotics that's supposed to be good for your gut. Walk down any grocery store aisle, and you'll see yogurt marketed as the perfect health food. Low fat, high protein, packed with probiotics. The problem is that most commercial yogurt is anything but healthy for your gut. Let's start with the sugar content. Most flavored yogurts contain more sugar than a candy bar. Some contain up to 25 grams of sugar in a single serving. When you consume that much sugar, you're feeding the harmful bacteria in your gut while starving the beneficial ones. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. But even the plain yogurts have problems. Most commercial dairy comes from cows that are fed a diet of corn and soy, which are inflammatory foods. These cows are often given antibiotics and hormones, which end up in the milk and subsequently in your yogurt. When you consume these antibiotics regularly, even in small amounts, they kill off your beneficial gut bacteria. Then there's the pasteurization process. While pasteurization kills harmful bacteria, it also destroys many of the beneficial enzymes and bacteria that make dairy digestible. This is why many people who can't tolerate regular dairy can often handle raw dairy products without problems. The homogenization process is another issue. This process breaks down the fat molecules in milk to make them uniform in size. But this creates tiny fat molecules that can more easily penetrate the intestinal wall, potentially triggering an immune response. Even worse, many yogurts contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. These artificial sweeteners have been shown to alter the gut microbiome in ways that can lead to glucose intolerance and metabolic dysfunction. They essentially poison the beneficial bacteria in your gut while allowing harmful bacteria to proliferate. The probiotics that are added to commercial yogurt are often the wrong strains or in quantities too small to make a difference. It's like trying to reseed a lawn by throwing a handful of seeds on concrete. Without the right environment, these probiotics can't survive or colonize effectively. I had a patient named Robert who was eating Greek yogurt twice a day thinking he was doing something great for his health. He was struggling with chronic diarrhea, bloating, and what he described as feeling like his stomach was on fire after meals. When we eliminated dairy from his diet, his symptoms resolved completely within 10 days. 6 months later, he told me he felt better than he had in 20 years. The third food that's destroying your gut might be sitting in your refrigerator right now, and you probably use it in smoothies, thinking you're getting a healthy dose of vegetables. It's spinach, specifically conventionally grown spinach. Now, don't get me wrong, spinach is a nutritional powerhouse when it's grown correctly. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. But the way most spinach is grown and processed today turns this superfood into a gut destroyer. Spinach is one of the most heavily pesticide-contaminated vegetables you can buy. The Environmental Working Group consistently ranks spinach in the top 3 of their Dirty Dozen list. A single serving of conventional spinach can contain residues from dozens of different pesticides. These pesticides don't just wash off with water, they're absorbed into the plant itself. When you eat contaminated spinach, you're consuming a cocktail of chemicals that were designed to kill living organisms. Your gut bacteria are living organisms. These pesticides don't discriminate between the bugs they're meant to kill and the beneficial bacteria in your digestive system. But pesticides aren't the only problem. Spinach is naturally high in oxalates, compounds that can bind to minerals in your digestive tract and form crystals. While some people can handle moderate amounts of oxalates just fine, others are more sensitive. When oxalates accumulate in your system, they can cause inflammation, kidney stones, and digestive distress. The problem is compounded when you eat spinach in large quantities, which many health-conscious people do. They throw handfuls of spinach into their morning smoothies, eat spinach salads for lunch, and add spinach to their dinner. What they don't realize is that they're overwhelming their system with oxalates. I've seen patients who were consuming massive amounts of spinach develop what we call oxalate dumping. This happens when your body suddenly starts releasing stored oxalates, causing symptoms like joint pain, burning urination, digestive upset, and even kidney stones. One patient, Linda, was drinking a green smoothie with 2 cups of spinach every morning. She developed severe joint pain and kidney stones. When we reduced her oxalate intake and focused on gut healing, her symptoms resolved. Another issue with conventionally grown spinach is the way it's processed and packaged. Pre-washed, bagged spinach is often washed in chlorinated water to kill bacteria. This chlorine residue can further disrupt your gut bacteria balance. The packaging itself can harbor harmful bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella, which is why we see regular recalls of bagged leafy greens. The fourth food that's sabotaging your gut health is one that's been promoted as a health food for decades. It's whole wheat bread. Even the expensive, artisanal, organic whole wheat bread that you buy from the health food store. Wheat today is not the same wheat that your grandparents ate. Modern wheat has been genetically modified and hybridized to increase yield and resist pests. This process has dramatically increased the protein content of wheat, particularly the gluten proteins that cause problems for so many people. But gluten isn't the only issue. Modern wheat contains other problematic proteins like amylase, trypsin, inhibitors, or ATIs. These proteins are designed to protect the wheat plant from insects and pests, but they also trigger an inflammatory response in the human digestive system. Even people who don't have celiac disease or obvious gluten sensitivity can have their immune systems activated by these proteins. The processing of wheat flour destroys most of its nutritional value. Even whole wheat flour is often made from wheat that was harvested months or even years ago. The oils in the wheat germ become rancid over time, creating compounds that are inflammatory to your digestive system. Most commercial breads, even those labeled as healthy, contain a long list of additives and preservatives. Dough conditioners, emulsifiers, and preservatives like calcium propionate are added to extend shelf life and improve texture. These chemicals can disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your gut. The fermentation process that was traditionally used to make bread helped break down difficult-to-digest proteins and made the nutrients more bioavailable. Modern commercial bread production skips this crucial step, leaving you with a product that's hard to digest and nutritionally depleted. When you eat bread made with modern wheat, several things happen in your digestive system. The gluten proteins can trigger the release of zonulin, a substance that increases intestinal permeability. This is how leaky gut syndrome develops. The high glycemic index of processed wheat causes blood sugar spikes that feed harmful bacteria and yeast in your gut. I've worked with countless patients who struggled with digestive issues, brain fog, and chronic fatigue until they eliminated wheat from their diet. Sarah, a 62-year-old teacher, had been suffering from severe bloating and brain fog for years. Her doctor couldn't find anything wrong. Within 3 weeks of eliminating wheat, her bloating disappeared and her mental clarity returned. She told me it was like a fog had lifted from her brain. The fifth and final food that's destroying your gut is one that might surprise you the most. It's almonds, specifically the conventionally processed almonds that you buy in stores. Almonds are naturally a healthy food. They're full of healthy fats, protein, and nutrients. But the way almonds are processed in the United States has turned them into a gut health disaster. All raw almonds sold in the United States must be pasteurized by law. This law was enacted after salmonella outbreaks linked to almonds in the early 2000s. The problem is that the pasteurization process used for most commercial almonds involves either steaming them at high temperatures or treating them with propylene oxide, a chemical that's also used in antifreeze. Propylene oxide is classified as a probable human carcinogen. While the levels used on almonds are considered safe by regulatory standards, any amount of this chemical is concerning, especially when you consider that many people eat almonds regularly as a healthy snack. The heat treatment used in pasteurization destroys many of the beneficial enzymes and nutrients that make almonds healthy in the first place. It also changes the molecular structure of the proteins and fats, making them harder to digest and potentially inflammatory. But the problems don't stop there. Most almonds are heavily contaminated with aflatoxins, toxic compounds produced by mold. Aflatoxins are among the most potent carcinogens known to science. They're particularly problematic for your liver and can contribute to digestive issues. Almonds are also naturally high in phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds to minerals in your digestive tract and prevents their absorption. Traditional cultures always soaked, sprouted, or fermented nuts and seeds before eating them to neutralize these anti-nutrients. Modern processing skips this crucial step. The high omega-6 content in almonds can also be problematic when consumed in large quantities. While omega-6 fats aren't inherently bad, the modern diet contains far too many omega-6 fats relative to omega-3 fats. This imbalance promotes inflammation throughout the body, including in the digestive system. Many people eat almonds as a healthy snack, often consuming large quantities throughout the day. What they don't realize is that they're overloading the digestive system with hard-to-digest proteins, anti-nutrients, and potentially harmful chemicals. I've seen patients develop digestive issues after increasing their almond consumption. Tom, a 58-year-old accountant, started eating a handful of almonds every afternoon as a healthy snack. Within a few months, he developed chronic stomach pain and bloating. When we eliminated almonds from his diet, his symptoms resolved within days. Now that you understand how these 5 supposedly healthy foods are damaging your gut, you might be wondering what you should eat instead. The good news is that there are many truly healthy alternatives that will nourish your gut rather than destroy it. Instead of processed oats, try eating properly prepared steel-cut oats that you soak overnight before cooking. This soaking process helps neutralize anti-nutrients and makes them easier to digest. Even better, consider alternatives like chia seed pudding or coconut yogurt with berries for breakfast. Instead of commercial yogurt, look for truly fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, or kefir made from grass-fed dairy. These foods contain diverse strains of beneficial bacteria that can help restore your gut health. If you want to make your own yogurt, use raw grass-fed milk and ferment it for 24 hours to reduce the lactose content. Instead of conventionally grown spinach, choose organic spinach, or better yet, rotate your greens. Try arugula, watercress, dandelion greens, or other nutrient-dense leafy vegetables. If you're sensitive to oxalates, focus on low-oxalate greens like lettuce, cilantro, and parsley. Instead of wheat bread, experiment with sourdough bread made from ancient grains like einkorn or spelt. The long fermentation process used in traditional sourdough helps break down difficult-to-digest proteins. You can also try grain-free alternatives like almond flour bread or coconut flour bread. Instead of conventional almonds, look for truly raw almonds from small farms, or try other nuts and seeds like walnuts, pumpkin seeds, or sunflower seeds. Always soak nuts and seeds before eating them to improve digestibility and nutrient absorption. The key to healing your gut is not just avoiding harmful foods, but actively nourishing it with foods that promote healing. Bone broth is one of the most powerful gut-healing foods you can consume. The gelatin and amino acids in properly made bone broth help seal the tight junctions in your intestinal wall, reversing leaky gut syndrome. Fermented foods are crucial for rebuilding your beneficial bacteria populations. Start slowly with small amounts of sauerkraut or kimchi and gradually increase as your tolerance improves. These foods contain billions of beneficial bacteria that can help restore balance to your gut microbiome. Anti-inflammatory foods like wild-caught fish, grass-fed meat, and organic vegetables provide the nutrients your gut needs to heal. Healthy fats from sources like avocados, olive oil, and coconut oil help reduce inflammation and support the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. Healing your gut isn't just about changing what you eat. How you eat is equally important. Eating in a relaxed state activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is essential for proper digestion. When you're stressed or eating on the go, your body can't produce adequate digestive enzymes or stomach acid. Chewing your food thoroughly is crucial. Digestion begins in your mouth, and proper chewing breaks down food particles and mixes them with digestive enzymes in your saliva. Many digestive problems can be traced back to inadequate chewing. Eating smaller, more frequent meals can help reduce the burden on your digestive system. When you eat large meals, especially when your gut is already compromised, you can overwhelm your body's ability to produce adequate digestive enzymes. The timing of your meals also matters. Eating late at night, when your digestive system should be resting, can disrupt your circadian rhythms and impair healing. Try to finish eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. Stress management is a crucial component of gut healing that's often overlooked. Chronic stress suppresses digestive function and can actually change the composition of your gut bacteria. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or gentle yoga can help activate your body's healing response. Sleep is when your body does most of its repair work, including healing your gut lining. Poor sleep quality can significantly slow down the healing process. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night and create a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. Hydration is essential for gut health, but the timing matters. Drinking large amounts of water with meals can dilute your digestive enzymes and stomach acid, impairing digestion. Instead, drink water between meals and limit fluids during eating. Intermittent fasting can be a powerful tool for gut healing. Giving your digestive system regular breaks allows it to focus on repair, rather than constantly processing food. Start with a simple 12-hour fast overnight and gradually extend it as your body adapts. Supplements can support gut healing, but they should complement, not replace, dietary changes. Digestive enzymes can help break down food while your body heals. Probiotics can help restore beneficial bacteria populations. L-glutamine is an amino acid that provides fuel for intestinal cells and can help heal leaky gut. However, supplements should be used carefully and under guidance. Taking the wrong probiotics or too many at once can actually worsen digestive symptoms. It's like trying to plant flowers in soil that's still contaminated with weed killer. You need to remove the harmful foods first and allow your gut to begin healing before adding supplements. The healing process takes time and patience. Your gut lining completely regenerates every 3 to 5 days, but building a healthy microbiome can take months or even years, depending on how damaged your gut was to begin with. Some people notice improvements within days of changing their diet, while others may take weeks or months to see significant changes. It's important to track your progress, not just with digestive symptoms, but with overall health markers. Many of my patients are surprised to discover that as their gut health improves, other seemingly unrelated symptoms also resolve. Their energy levels increase, their mood stabilizes, their skin clears up, their joint pain decreases, their sleep improves. This is because gut health affects every system in your body. Don't expect perfection. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. You might accidentally eat something that triggers symptoms, or stress might temporarily worsen your digestion. This is all part of the healing process. The key is to learn from these experiences and get back on track quickly. Working with a healthcare practitioner who understands gut health can be invaluable, especially if you have complex health issues or severe symptoms. They can help you identify food sensitivities, address underlying infections, and create a personalized healing protocol. Testing can be helpful in some cases. Comprehensive stool testing can reveal the composition of your gut bacteria, the presence of harmful organisms, and markers of inflammation. Food sensitivity testing can help identify specific foods that trigger your symptoms. However, these tests should be interpreted by someone with expertise in functional medicine. The most important thing to understand is that you have the power to heal your gut and transform your health. Your body has an incredible capacity for healing when given the right conditions. By removing the foods that are causing damage and providing your gut with the nutrients it needs to heal, you can reverse years of damage and reclaim your health. The foods I've discussed today represent just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to supposedly healthy foods that can damage your gut. The processed food industry is constantly developing new products and marketing them as healthy. Learning to read labels, understanding how foods are processed, and listening to your body's responses are skills that will serve you for life. Remember that everyone's gut is different. Foods that cause problems for one person might be perfectly fine for another. This is why a one-size-fits-all approach to nutrition doesn't work. You need to become a detective in your own health journey, paying attention to how different foods make you feel and adjusting accordingly. The connection between gut health and overall wellness is becoming clearer every day. Research is constantly revealing new ways that the gut microbiome influences everything from mental health to immune function to hormone production. By focusing on gut health, you're not just improving your digestion, you're optimizing your entire body's function. As you embark on this journey of gut healing, be patient with yourself. Change takes time, and your body needs time to heal and adapt. Celebrate small victories along the way. Maybe you go a day without bloating, or you sleep better than you have in months, or you have more energy to play with your grandchildren. These improvements might seem small, but they're signs that your body is healing. The information I've shared with you today has the power to transform your health, but only if you take action. Knowledge without action is just information. Start by eliminating one of these gut-damaging foods from your diet and observe how you feel. Then gradually make additional changes as your body adapts. Your gut health is the foundation of your overall wellness. When your gut is healthy, your entire body functions better. You have more energy, better mood, stronger immunity, and greater resilience to stress. You sleep better, think clearer, and feel more vibrant. This isn't just about avoiding digestive problems. It's about optimizing your health and quality of life. The choice is yours. You can continue eating foods that slowly damage your gut and compromise your health, or you can take control and start nourishing your body with foods that promote healing and vitality. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. If this information has been helpful to you, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I'll continue sharing evidence-based information that can help you optimize your health naturally. Your engagement helps me reach more people who need to hear this important message about gut health and its impact on overall wellness.